Come on, ref. That is what players like Zach Hyman, Austin Matthews, and Gabriel Landeskog has said within the last couple of days, as controversial calls have been part of the spotlight of our NHL games this week. Our own official, Tyler Noble, has some things to say about the state of officiating that we're dealing right now. He spoke about that back in June of 2021, but we're going to use this as it's relevant now as our daily Shifts and Pucks Podclip.
Well, to me, the reason why it's poor is something that it goes beyond just what the NHL can do at the amateur levels of many sports. Officiating is getting to be a thinner and thinner pool of talent. Kids are not sticking with it through the tough times when they're 13 or 14 and they're doing peewee games and they're getting screamed at by parents and stuff. They're not progressing past that. There are guys that are and ladies that are, but it's not as many as it used to be. And so then the trickle down or trickle up effect, however you want to describe it, you get to that NHL level and when they're trying to bring in new guys, there just isn't as much there to pick from. And then, you can keep your senior officials on longer, but then the realities of father time set in where it's harder for them to keep up out there. Eventually, they have to go. They're not going to stay there anymore. And once an experienced guy like whenever it was that Bill McCreary retired, Hall of Famer, that experience was lost, and the net result for NHL officiating is that it's not as good. And the players wanted him doing all the big games, and they haven't seemed to really find anybody else since then that's been of that kind of status, right? That trust level with the players. So the NHL is trying to do some things. They're trying to find some guys that had minor league careers and convert them into referees. I think currently there's like in the officiating ranks of the NHL right now, there's 8 that had some kind of a pro hockey career prior to becoming NHL refs. I think 1 that actually did play in the NHL at some point in the past. But that it's been pointed out to me on Twitter as well. That's created some issues, some side effect issues with that, because there's those guys are getting the opportunities and others that have been grinding it out their entire lives are being passed over. And so when they see that happen, they just give up. And so now you're kind of back where you started. You're back to thinning the talent pool.
What do you think about the officiating in the NHL? Is it good enough? How do we improve it? Let us know in the comments. And follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, Facebook.com Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com Shifts and Pucks, Twitch.com Shifts and Pucks. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network.